We got that in the can. So you sent this to me. New Jersey School District apologizes for fried chicken menu to celebrate Black History Month. I'm confused by this headline. Are they apologizing that they chose to use fried chicken to celebrate Black History Month, or are they apologizing for having fried chicken menu during Black History Month?
I think they're apologizing for serving it. Uh, Apparently, it was whoever. They have like an outside source that handles their lunch menus, and it was
Yeah.
their idea. They're passing the buck on to someone else.
Oh yeah,
Like,
there's private companies that do that shit for public schools.
we had no idea. We told them we wanted to have food that celebrated Black History, but we didn't have any idea they're going to do this.
We said black eyed peas, grits, chitlins, and goddamn collard greens, and they sent us a bunch of fried chicken like a bunch of goddamn racists. All right, we explicitly said collard greens, Black History Month. How can they not get this through their heads? Is that how the dialogue
Colored
went?
greens.
The collard greens. Yeah,
It's
there's
called.
someone misspelled it utterly.
Who's up? What I want to know who's upset about this menu.
Probably no one.
I,
I think.
I I guarantee it's not the fucking students because if I was going to school and they're like we're having fried chicken and greens and
Mhm.
I'd be like fuck yeah, hell yeah we are.
I don't understand this. Like the highlight of my private school education was whenever they had, instead of that like rectangular loaf of shitty frozen bread with basically like the leftover of mozzarella cheese, like whatever you make mozzarella cheese out of, the shit you scrape off the top or bottom, that's on top of there in a little fucking rectangle slab of shit. That's the regular pizza. The Mexican pizza was what you wanted. So you saw that on the menu. You're like, oh, this actually has a little bit of flavor, so this is going to be awesome. Or the brunch lunch where you get that little log of Texas toast. That was pretty good. I mean, yeah, if you start serving like black eyed peas and fucking even chitlins. I mean, I wouldn't have been willing to try school chitlins, of course, but like something with some kind of soul to it. You know what I'm saying? You get excited.
I don't know what you're saying.
I
This
don't
what
think I do anymore either. Let's find out who was upset about this and what they're apologizing for. So New
oh,
Jersey.
we
Hmm.
we all know who's upset about it. It's like the word got out to one person who didn't like it, and they're like, "I'm taking this to the media."
Yeah, I don't like.
And
I'm
it's
pretty
a,
sure the
it's a bunch
Daily.
of people. It's a bunch of people that don't live there,
Yeah,
don't go to school there, don't have anything to do with the area, but now they heard about it online, so now it's like a swarm of like
wow.
media and outrage to this one school who, for Black History Month, served fried chicken. Is that? I mean,
It's like the shirt from last week, the Walking Dead shirt.
is it is it a stereotype? I mean, people say it is, I guess, but
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from. I don't. It comes back to me that it's like yeah, everyone likes fried chicken, so I don't know where the stereotype started. Because it's not like at some point where there was still like hardcore Jim Crow situations going on in America that there was also like a health craze going on, and the only people that ate fried chicken were black because they were poor. Like there was no health craze back then. Saying it's like, well, oh, the Negroid prefers the fried chicken, but we're over here eating our quinoa salad with cranberries. Like no, that wasn't happening back then. So
fried chicken was like a popular thing in the South.
yeah,
There was, I don't know, it just seems a weird thing to call racist, saying fried chicken is racist. A lot of people claim that it's like a part of Southern black culture. If black people say that, it's like a part of our Southern culture. The food that we cook down there is fried chicken and greens and all that shit. So, I mean, is it to have it on the menu? Is it really racist? Or I mean,
well,
it's just a. It's, I don't know. What do you think? Is it something
well,
to be upset about?
well, okay. Well, I'll say no. And more to that effect, more than that, I want to say that the Daily News is such a ghetto ass cheap bullshit outlet that I wasn't aware of this, but this proves it right here, is that their photograph of this school comes from Google Maps. You can see the tag right there of where they were looking it up on a map. That's where this comes from. I believe this is probably going to link me to Google Maps. What the fuck? This is your level of journalism? I'm going to find out where this story came from, and I want to piss all over the source. So
well, it was trending on all the
Casey Anthony, Oscars, immigration, Kellyanne Conway, and Donald Trump first 100 days. Catch that? A New Jersey school district has apologized after serving fried chicken for lunch at a high school last week in celebration of Black History Month. Did they go like on the record and say this was a celebration? Because that would be a stupid thing to do. Just serve the fucking fried chicken. It's probably shitty anyway. The lunch menu.
Well, I think the whole month the whole menu for the month was like I don't know.
NJ.com. Okay, so they're reporting, this is one of the sources. The decision to include these items without any context or explanation reinforces racial stereotypes. Is not consistent with our district mission, Superintendent Thomas Smith said in a statement according to NewJersey.com. So the superintendent of the school district said this. Wait, the decision to include these items without any context? You need context for a fucking menu? Meanwhile, like, Twitter runs amok with things like this all the time because it's completely devoid of context. And you're saying context needs to exist in why we're serving a style of food? I would say that it would be better to just serve the food for no reason at all instead of saying, like, hanging banners up and saying, like, it's February again, guys. So, of course, you're going to be treated to casserole and fried chicken.
Casserole?
Yeah, it says sweet potato casserole up here. Cornbread, sauteed spinach. Like, banners that say it's soul food
macaroni
month.
And cheese? Yeah.
Yeah, it all sounds...
Peach and asphalt crisp, macaroni and cheese, sauteed spinach, fried chicken. I would be like, let's have Black History Month every day of every month.
Yeah, fuck your cracker-ass pizza. So school...
With your leftover cheese and your leftover, like, little chips of pepperoni. It's not a whole pepperoni on the pizza because it's the leftover, like, little pieces that have been cut off the ends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
it's
see
like
this?
Those little chunks. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
So it was actually posted. So that's what we were getting at. So how is this without context? It's giving the context of Black History Month. So what we should be saying is we're doing this out of so the context would be saying, well, if you don't understand, students, what Black History Month is, that's the period of the year where we as white people feel really guilty about what our ancestors did to your people. So we pretend to give a shit for about 30 days. Well, it's not even 30 days because we gave you the shortest month of the year because we only kind of care. But that's why we're doing this that's why we're giving you good food for 28 days. Decent food, at least. And none of that shitty cardboard pizza. All month. Black History Month. Is that the context they fucking want?
Yeah, what's the real problem here?
What I'm seeing on
here...
What
should we really be offended about that we're separating Black History Month from all of American history, or... Yeah, or that black people, like the rest of us, like fried chicken?
I know. Your first point.
But what about that? What about the other menu items? Is that racist too? It's like
sauteed spinach.
Sweet potato casserole. We know who's coming to dinner this week.
Yeah, that's really weird. And sautéing isn't. I don't think that's like a Southern black thing at all. Like, I don't know, man. Sauté sounds French. I didn't go to culinary school. I just make good food. So what it says here is, it's not clear who complained about the menu. Interesting. So we have no idea where this comes from. This comes out of fucking nowhere. Who is he forced to apologize to? It literally says school apologizes for fried chicken menu.
Well, for the spinach, you're supposed to put it into a pressure cooker with, like, bacon, pig fat or whatever. Like what's it called? Not ham hock, but
definitely ham hocks.
Like fatback or whatever it's called.
Fatback, yeah, right. Ham hocks, fatback, throw it in there.
That's the thing. My grandma made all this food, and she's white.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking really ridiculous.
It's a southern thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The
You from the
suggestion was to
south?
do the suggestion was to do something to celebrate soul food, Penna said in an email. Penna was one of the who is this person? I always jump ahead in these articles, and I have no idea who's who because I don't really like following these narratives. The company tries to. I guess it was part of the Pomptonian, the company that makes that delivers and makes the food. The company tries to offer a diverse menu respecting different cultures. She wrote, it's like that's the thing. It's like in this day and age, you can't respect other cultures because then it's considered stealing from the culture. This is such a
Uh,
non-issue.
Cute Lightning was trying to talk to us in Skype chat through emojis about
Who?
school food.
What?
She's sad that fried
Oh,
chicken.
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, what? Why is Skype talking to us?
No, not Skype. Twitch. Whoa, I don't know what you're looking
Oh,
at,
yeah,
but
Skype has some weird thing. Oh, there's a Twitch thing going on?
yeah, you totally missed the person talking to us on Twitch. I did too because I pulled it down to bring up Skype again.
Yeah, I can't even see it. What did they say?
They said hello, and then they were making emojis about fried chicken. It's like a sad face and a piece of fried chicken,
They're not there
and
anymore, though?
it says dot 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 because they probably got tired. They wanted us to say something, and we didn't.
You gotta keep that shit up. I gotta make sure on my end that this fucking audio doesn't bleed through and echo up.
Yeah, I had it up, but then I fucking pulled it down for a second. I had to bring it back up. Oh fuck! But anyway, this is all bullshit.
As someone said on
It's,
the
it's,
new.
it's like we ran out of something. We don't. It's like you at this point. There's not enough things to be offended about every day of the week. So now you have to start pulling up things that don't have. Who said that shit? Someone said there's like.
Hmm.
I lost my train of thought now.
Someone said something about.
Yeah, it's not enough. There, like real racism, it doesn't exist anymore. So it's like the people who still want to use that as a tool now have to like find all the little things they can to make that a deal. It's like, well, see, it still exists. They don't want to let it go. They don't want to really. They don't really want it to not exist anymore. They
Yeah,
don't.
there's no.
They don't want.
Exactly.
They don't. It's so hard to find real instances that now they have to like manufacture it or find a little thing that they can make into a bigger story. It fucking like smacks of fucking Sean King-esque reporting.
Exactly. Like, if you want to harp on something and call it racist, even though it's like the most minute, just semblance of ignorance, then you are the racist. Like, you're the one who's trying to drum up racism. So either go fight the real ones, which is pretty difficult to find these days because they realize that they're not in the zeitgeist anymore. It's not cool to hate someone because of what they look like anymore.
I
If you
forgot. I totally had something to bring up about Sean King too, and I fucking forgot. Dude, Sean
hmm,
King made a fucking Twitter post. Some kid in school. I could probably find it. We could bring it up next week and talk about it more. I'll have the actual picture. But someone
sure.
sent him a picture on Instagram. It was like, this is what I have to put up with in school, and it was like a bathroom stall that had like a fucked up backwards swastika on it and said uh, something like "We hate niggers," and then it said Ku Klux Klan, and it was spelled wrong as well. The Ku
Yeah.
Klux Klan was spelled wrong. The swastika was backwards, and and a black kid took a picture of it and sent it to Sean King. Like, this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. Well, come to find out through like
Exactly what I was
investi-
guessing.
investigating that the black kid himself was the one who put it there and then took the picture and just wanted to get a little bit of like fame or whatever from it from Sean King. Sean King posted on his Twitter, he's like, look at this bullshit, yada
Yeah.
yada
Nobody
yada. This
cares.
and then people started sending him the corrected like articles like, look, this wasn't true. You should, put something on your Twitter that, this was wrong and that it wasn't true. Silence. He doesn't care anymore. He's posted that. He's moved on to the next thing.
Yep.
Like
He's yeah, he's just daisy chaining his way up to some amorphous idea of being famous or well known or having some kind of career. What it is, it doesn't matter. Like what the rainbow, the end of the rainbow, whatever's there, it doesn't matter what it is as long as he gets to the end of the rainbow. Hopefully he arrives there fucking bleeding to death and possibly headless.
He's fucking cruising. He's heading that way. One of these days, someone's gonna fucking catch him outside.
Yeah, exactly. That's such a. Of course, like he doesn't care if someone tweets something at you. A tweet means that it's real because everyone who's on Twitter and is reading this shit doesn't care if it's real or not either. They're just part of the same goddamn machine. So they keep pumping it back into each other, and it's a giant circle jerk. And it's. That's why I just don't get on there, man. It's fucking gross.
I'm fucking tired of this fucking cracker Sean King fucking
Yeah.
running talk on Twitter.
He should marry Rachel Dolezal, and they should just move to an island together and be happy.
They can't. They would. Neither one of those people would ever have a child with a white person
Yeah, right.
because their kid
Yeah.
would come out white, and then they don't. They need to have. I don't know. I fucking can't stand either of those fucks.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. It's just the dregs of humanity that just it's like the Kim Kardashian thing where it's like you just hear about these train wrecks are just what float to the top of just everything that you're that's in your purview. Essentially, you're just gonna hear about these fucking morons because they're just that retarded, and we're here
They're
in the
just
middle.
as bad. They're just as bad as the people that they claim to dislike.
Correct.
And the fact they don't see it is what really is the worst part about all of it.
That is what makes them the most disgusting is that they don't care.
So, final thoughts on soul food being racist or fried chicken being racist on the menu.
Oh yeah, it's clearly not. No one, like I said, this links to a New Jersey article. What is it? NewJersey.com, and they
What
even claim that the person who complained about the menu, where all this comes from, no one knows. No one did any research, and there's no reason to care because there's probably just one person doing
was it
what that
stupid?
kid you were talking about was doing to Sean King.
Was it stupid to make a post saying that this food is in celebration of Black History Month? Yeah, a little bit. It was a little stupid to do that, but
It's kind of
it
dumb,
was
yeah.
was it necessary for all this national media attention to fucking to be talked about like this and to make it some big thing to call a school racist? I don't think so.
Yeah, Daily News is a piece of shit. They're just doing this for the same reasons we've explained earlier. And NewJersey.com, it makes sense. They would run it if it's like local news, but if it all comes back down to the sign's pretty stupid because fried chicken's like a southern thing, not just a black thing. So let's not just say that it has something to do with Black History Month because it doesn't. Black History Month is. I don't know what Black History Month is about, to tell you the truth. It feels like it maybe should be about ideas or actual
I would be,
history, but
if I was black, I would be offended by Black History Month. If that's what I would be offended by, I would be offended that everything wasn't all included in just American history class.
exactly. That we talked about that I think on our first episode. We came up with the idea of biracial history month or whatever, or like mixed history month was the idea.
These,
For me, it's like
I
where
assume
am I in there?
I assume you saw the clip of like Morgan Freeman talking about Black History Month.
Yeah, I've used one of
Yeah,
those quotes many times for my Morgan Hipster Friedman character.
yes, he basically sums it up. So
Yeah,
if you want to know how we just go search Morgan Freeman Black History Month.
you're not gonna do it for you, asshole.
All right, what
All right.
do we got next? We got some fucking plastic man.